All right, folks, hold on to your seats because this story is making waves in the basketball world. So, Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky star, just made a big choice that everyone's talking about. She skipped an important practice, yeah, you heard that right, to attend the Met Gala. But wait, it wasn't just any party. She was like on the host committee. Pretty huge, huh? Now, with the Sky having a preseason game right around the corner, this decision is buzzing all over the place. It's kind of like a tug of war between personal branding and team duties, right? Hey, if you're watching this video, odds are you're totally into basketball. How about you hit that subscribe button and help us reach 1,000 subscribers? Stay in the loop and never miss out on these exciting stories. All right, so let's dive into how everyone's reacting to Angel Reese's decision, and honestly, it's pretty divided. You know how social media can get, right? Well, fans and critics have been lighting up the internet, and their comments are like all over the map. First off, there are those who are, let's say, not too pleased with Angel taking time off to grace the Met Gala.
It was my birthday. I had practice in the morning. They wished me happy birthday, and then I left practice, got my hair and makeup done on the plane, and then I had someone flying from Paris with my dress, so I slipped my dress on, and I was ready.
Some fans think her priorities might be a bit off, especially with that preseason game against the Minnesota Lynx coming up. I mean, it's fair to say that people were expecting her to focus more on her game. One fan didn't hold back, saying, "Still can't make a layup or draw fans to her games. Pathetic." Ouch, that's like pretty harsh, isn't it? But others echoed these sentiments, commenting on how she should be focusing on her skills, particularly with remarks like, Angel Reese needs to skip that event and work on her layups. But here's the thing, it wasn't all negativity. Quite a number of fans supported Angel, celebrating her appearance at such a high-profile event. For many, this is about more than just the game. It's about athletes being able to extend their personal brands and identities. And honestly, there's something pretty empowering about that. Positive comments poured in too, like one fan who hailed her, calling her the face of the league, while another noted the importance of her presence as an icon for the sport, referring to her as WNBA royalty icon trendsetter. These supporters see Angel's Met Gala appearance as a bold statement, proving athletes can wear multiple hats at once. Now, it's fascinating to see this dual nature of public perception, isn't it? On one hand, you've got people saying she's shirking her responsibility to the team. On the other, people are praising her elegance and composure on arguably one of the biggest nights in fashion. It's a classic example of how fans can simultaneously lift athletes up and also drag them down. Honestly, this kind of public reaction is nothing new. Female athletes like Angel Reese often have to balance their personal lives and professional commitments in the public eye, and sometimes that leads to divided opinions. What do you guys think about that? The debate highlights like the broader conversation about what it means to be a female athlete today. It's not just about competing and winning in sports, but also about defining one's brand off the court. So do you think Angel's decision to attend the Met Gala overshadowed her responsibility to her team? Or do you admire her for stepping out and showing, hey, she's more than just an athlete? Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing what all of you have to say because, at the end of the day, it's your voices that keep this conversation going strong. All right, folks, moving from the frenzy of reactions, let's zoom in on what Angel Reese's decision could mean for the upcoming WNBA season and the Chicago Sky's performance. Now, these personal choices aren't just headline grabbers. They could potentially shape the dynamics for the entire season. First of all, considering the Sky's aspirations this year, Angel's absence from the practice sessions is more than just a one-day story. I mean, preseason is crucial, right? It's the time for teams to really hone their strategies and build team chemistry. So if one key player isn't present, well, it might throw things off balance a bit. Let's talk specifics here. The Sky are coming off a competitive season, and expectations are high. With Reese being such an integral part of the team, there's naturally a lot riding on her performance. She brings this unique flair to the game, and her strengths are just, well, undeniable. Missing a practice, especially right before a game, tends to raise eyebrows because, let's face it, these moments matter. They set the tone for the season. So, how does Angel's personal decision influence her chemistry with the team? Well, it kind of depends. Some players might really appreciate her commitment to expanding her brand and visibility, while others might prefer if all focus were solely on basketball, at least for now. It can be a bit of a balancing act, don't you think? Now, stepping back just a bit, the WNBA as a whole is, constantly evolving. Athletes being more visible outside the court can help grow the league's popularity and reach. Angel Reese is at the forefront of this cultural shift. She's challenging the idea that athletes should stick to, their conventional roles. The Chicago Sky also needs to consider how this impacts their overall image and strategy. Incorporating Angel's diverse activities can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can bring, a lot of good publicity, attracting new fans who are curious about her. On the other, if not managed carefully, it might become a distraction. Plus, for Angel, the challenge doesn't stop here, right? Navigating between personal ambitions and team goals is going to be ongoing and possibly shape her future reputation. Balancing becoming a staple name in sports fashion and performance excellence on the court is no small feat. But if anyone can do it, it's probably her because she's sort of redefining the modern athlete. All right, so what do you think? Will Angel's Met Gala appearance cast a long shadow over her season, or is it just a blip in the grand scheme of things? And how about the Chicago Sky? Can they find a balance between managing their star players' off-court presence while focusing on the grind of the season? Make sure to share your thoughts below. And specifically, do you think Angel's involvement with fashion could positively impact the broader WNBA visibility? We'd love to hear your perspectives, and hey, your insights might just be featured in our next video.